This is our presentation as to why the U.S. should adopt the policy of containment. The U.S. should adopt the policy of containment because we don't want to live in a world where other countries surrounding us are overrun by dictators and autocracy. These citizens in these countries will not have any freedom and will only be limited to their freedom.
The Marshall Plan was enacted by the U.S. as an effort to prevent the spread of communism throughout Europe and promote world peace. The Marshall Plan also shows Americans' dedication towards Europe. To make Europe safe and rebuild its government, we need to adapt the policy of containment to keep communism away.
The Truman Doctrine was issued by U.S. President Harry S. Truman to support European countries from the spread of communism. The doctrine eventually led to the formation of the NATO, which was a military alliance between the U.S. and non-communist European countries. Since President Truman issued the doctrine, we know that he is an advocate for world peace. By granting the policy of containment, we are only adding to the Truman Doctrine and allowing countries to have their freedom.
America's commitment to Europe is shown through the Marshall Plan, the Truman Doctrine, and being part of the NATO, which is the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. In order to help Europe's government from repairs after the war, we have to prevent the spread of communism from going to its government. With the help of the policy of containment, we are able to achieve the goal and stop Europe's government from failing.
Communism in China rose from communist leader Mao Zedong. Still to this day, China remains communist and the Chinese have limited freedom. The people living in that autocratic government have only a few rights granted to them, and they are conformed to think how their communist leader wants them to, and don't have the right of free will. To stop this violation of freedom, we need to contain communism and stop it from spreading to other countries.
The Korean War was fought between the North and South divided territories. The result of the war was North still remaining communist and the South becoming republic. With the help of United Nations and the U.S., South Korea was able to contain communism and overcome it in their government.
Senator Joseph McCarthy was most famously known for recognizing Soviet and foreign spies in the U.S. government. The term McCarthyism evolved from the senator and was used for the practice of making accusations against others without evidence. McCarthyism has been used for years by many anti-communist countries and can help the U.S. stop the spread of communism throughout countries by preventing others from leaking information about our government.
The domino theory was a term used during the Cold War. When one country becomes communist, then countries surrounding it will follow its footsteps. If we allow communism to spread throughout the world, then eventually all countries will become communist. If we don't contain communism, there will be no democratic government and people won't be able to have their rights as a citizen and freely act on their own. Overall, the U.S. should adopt the policy of containment because it will promote world peace and allow citizens to have equal rights. Communism takes away the rights of speech, freedom, and more. Everyone from around the world was born with these rights, and having them taken away from a dictator is wrong.
With containment, all countries from around the world will finally be able to live in peace with each other. All countries can peacefully coincide and have no worries about other countries scheming to dominate them in the future. World peace will finally be achieved, but with only the help of containment of communism. Thank you for viewing our presentation, and we hope that you think about containment and how it can influence a country's government and its people.